All right. As promised, I'm bringing on Sandee Lutz from CrossCountry Mortgage. She runs our renovation department. She's been doing renovation loans for years. And we have discussed conventional FHA, VA, and USDA as products that we have for renovation loans, purchase or refinance renovation loans. But today, we're going to feature FHA. Sandee, why is an FHA renovation loan so popular? Why do you like them so much?
So for the same reasons you like FHA loans, we can put somebody into a home with maybe not such perfect credit. It's a low down payment, 3.5%. You can get a seller credit to offset your closing costs. Gifts are
Big
allowed.
credit, up to 6%.
Yep, of your sale price. That goes a long way towards your closing costs. So we can get people in for possibly their 3.5% down.
Okay, so FHA, very popular, flexible credit. Your debt ratio could be a little higher than a conventional loan. So it gives you a lot of flexibility. What type of products do we have for FHA?
So we have two products in the family, the limited and the standard. The limited says your repair costs need to be under about $65,000.
Okay.
You cannot have structural repairs. You can't be doing any structural repairs, and you can't add square footage. If you're doing anything else, you're going to use the standard version of the loan. You could buy a house for $10,000 and use all of the FHA county loan limit, which is up to $524, to renovate that
Wow.
home. So no limit on, yeah, you can do whatever you want.
That's pretty impressive. So you could literally take a dumpy house and rebuild the whole doggone thing. Well, what if you already own your home?
Absolutely. That's okay. We can do a renovation loan as well. Remember, when we do a renovation loan on your home as a refinance, we're going to be using the future value provided to us from the appraiser. Right. And with an FHA, I can loan up to 97% of that number.
Incredible. So FHA's got your limited and your standard. So limited, no structural. Okay. Can you
Correct.
do pool repairs on a limited?
You can do pool repairs on a limited, and they no longer have a limit. It used to be a $1,500 limit.
Sure
they have removed that.
Yeah. Now, what about landscaping?
You can do that. Yes.
So
FHA
you used
standard.
to not be able to do landscaping on a limited either.
Correct. A lot of changes recently with the FHA programs, and they're all good for the consumers.
And it used to only be $35,000.
Correct. They just raised that to $65,000.
Well, it's really $75,000, but we have to have a 10% contingency, and you have to have a lot of things in there. So we tell you it's 65 because, and I don't want you to go into the internet and go, and these guys are wrong. It's really 75. Right. We're just telling you what you typically can get out of it. So you can go 75, but there's things that have to be subtracted from that. And that's why we tell you $65,000. That's about the maximum on your repairs, because there are reserves that we have to have in there, contingency reserves. So explain a contingency reserve.
So it's a whoops fund, right? During construction, something goes wrong. You break a cabinet, you find a pipe, it's spewing water. You didn't know it was there. You're going to dip into contingency money to make that repair. So it's a reserve fund that's built into the loan to protect you during your construction.
Right. So now when we do these, we close on it, and then the money goes into a fund like an escrow account, and then we pay it out in draws to the contractor.
Correct.
No
Absolutely.
self-help on this. You can't do the work yourself. Not even if it's not even the painting or drywall. You cannot do it on any renovation loan.
You could do paint as long as the walls are drywall or paint ready. You can do painting, but that's it. And if it's peeling paint, no, you can't do it. So yes, they want you to hire a general contractor to handle the renovations post-closing. Super important that somebody qualified is driving that bus.
I'm seeing people posting now that the new loan limits came out for renovation FHA, people posting these things about there's no payments for 12 months. You don't have to have any payments.
Yeah.
And you're seeing a lot of advertisements that are almost quasi a little sketchy.
Misleading. Yes, very much.
So let's just nail this down. So I'm looking at one right here, full rehab covers purchase renovation costs in one loan on a traditional 203K. True enough, right?
That is
Yep.
true.
Up to 12 months mortgage payments wrapped in. So it doesn't say no mortgage payment. It says that,
Right.
but what has to happen in order for us to wrap in the mortgage payments for 12 months? And do we even need to do that? And do you even want to do that?
Correct. I mean, it's customer choice for sure because and not everybody's going to want to do it.
All you're
But
doing
first
is
of all, the
financing
property,
payments.
correct. We can't stop them from starting. The property needs to be deemed uninhabitable, and
Inhabitable
your HUD
while you're
consultant
doing the
will do that.
renovation.
Correct. And your consultant will tell you how long. So if it's a 6-month project, you're only going to be able to roll in 6 months. If it's a 12-month, you can roll in 12. However, you must understand that we're just going to include those in your loan amount. We're going to increase your loan amount and make them on your behalf when they become
Yeah, so
due. Not
then you're
everybody
paying
wants
for
to do that.
30 years at a higher payment because you factored in 12 months worth of payments.
Right. But on the plus side, I mean, you have to live somewhere. So we don't want you to be house poor trying to make this payment and that payment. So if we can help out with maybe 2 or 3 payments just to give you some cushion so that you're not house poor during
So you
construction.
can do that. So in other words, if it's a 12-month rebuild, the client could say, well, I just want to take 3 payments and put it in the construction loan.
Absolutely. Absolutely. They don't even have to take
Of
any.
course they don't.
They could pick anywhere between there. Yeah. They don't have to take them all. They could take partial. Maybe the appraisal won't let us put them all in there. It's all going to depend on that particular situation.
Sandee Lutz, CrossCountry Mortgage, renovation. Love working with her. She helps me with most of my renovation loans. I will tell you that. She's been doing it a long time. She's very good at it, and she will help me and consult with you. If you're interested in buying a home that might need some renovation and you don't have the extra money to do it, talk to me about a renovation loan. If you already own a home and you can't find the house that you want that's already fixed up, and you think maybe renovating the one you have is a way to go, then call me. We can help you with that. You can reach me anytime at 407-706-3313 or go to webringyouhome.com and get your application started right now. Next week, what loans are we talking about next week with renovations with you?
Let's do conventional.
Let's talk about the most popular loan in the country, conventional loans. Thank you, Sandee. I appreciate you, and I'll have you back here next week.
Thanks, Bruce. Have a great
great
week.
day.